This is the MKX, and its job is to bring Lincoln's brand of American luxury and technology into the same premium crossover SUV segment that's occupied by Mercedes, BMW, and Acura, and Lexus, and Infiniti, and Cadillac, and Audi, and Buick, and Porsche, and Volkswagen, and GMC, and Volvo too, and Jeep, of course. Actually, just about everyone has a premium crossover SUV like this, and they're all sort of the same. The vast majority have a 3-point-something-liter V6 with about 300 ponies that fires up with the touch of a button, some form of all-wheel drive system, a motorized tailgate, a generous cargo hold, a panoramic sunroof, and plenty of chrome. So, what sets this new crossover from one of the oldest luxury sedan brands apart? Several neato things. One is the styling. MKX is proudly American and shows off a bold and unique styling direction for the brand. It's daring and different, and that's a good thing for most. The body is detailed, chunky, sleek, muscular, and blocky all at once, and has a great-looking rear end, big dual exhaust, and gorgeous lights in both the front and back. MKX's unique interior helps set it apart too. It doesn't quite match the German stuff for a feeling of rock-solid quality, but relative to its price range, things on board feel pretty darn good. Chrome, metal, and leather line everything, switches and controls are all modern and upscale, and no issues were noted with entry, exit, or overall room. It all looks very high-tech and sophisticated, but without the millions of buttons and consoles you'll find in similar machines from across the pond. In back, there's plenty of room for your gear, and the rear seats fold down at the touch of a button if you've got more cargo than passengers along for the ride. Taking it a road trip, don't forget to bring your favorite tunes. This THX certified audio system is just awesome. Whatever you listen to will be played back with expert sound imaging, clear detail, and plenty of punch from the trunk-mounted subwoofer. Best of all, thanks to full multimedia connectivity and Lincoln Sync system, which was developed by Microsoft, you can play your tunes right off of a CD, iPod, USB drive, or even via streaming wireless Bluetooth straight out of your phone. The Sync system also accepts voice commands for the navigation and climate system, and can place and dismiss phone calls with a single button press, or even read your incoming text messages to you. Learn how to sweet talk this system, and you'll never have to press anything other than a single button on the steering wheel. It's all part of one of the most advanced infotainment systems on the road today. In fact, Lincoln's even done away with standard buttons and dials for many controls, using this touch-sensitive console and touch screen instead. The light-up slider, volume, and fan controls are especially cool looking, though they can be a touch tricky to get used to. You will feel like you're controlling the most high-tech SUV on the block, like a crew member of the USS Enterprise. Gadget geeks will love all this high-tech stuff, yours truly included, but there was an issue. I've enjoyed this sync system in lots of different Ford and Lincoln vehicles since it's been introduced, although I do find it's a little bit hard to use at first. You've got to learn how to navigate sub-menus to do things like turn on your heated seat. Not a big deal, but in this particular Lincoln model, I find that it's a little bit glitchy and slow to react. I wish it was more like an iPhone, more responsive, with screens being liquid smooth and stuff happening right away, whereas this, you hit a button, sometimes you're waiting, it clicks or it doesn't click. A little bit inconsistent and kind of awkward to use. It's more like my BlackBerry Torch about 5 seconds before I've got to yank the battery out and reset it. Powering the MKX is a 3.7-liter V6, which uses one of the industry's most advanced valve timing systems, which is called Twin Independent Variable Cam Timing, or TI-VCT. In a nutshell, this system constantly optimizes engine breathing for fantastic on-demand power and fuel mileage. This engine hauls the MKX along in a jiffy when opened up and sounds fantastic when pushed. All-wheel drive and a 6-speed automatic were included on the tester. Total output, 305 horsepower. Wind and road noise are about average for the segment on board the MKX, so the ride was on the rough side with these large wheels and slightly sporty suspension setup. If you're looking for that floating on a cloud Lincoln ride, you're not going to find it here. But pricing kind of makes up for it. In fact, even decked out at around $54,000, this MKX came in for some $15,000 less than a comparable BMW X5. If you're in this pricing ballpark and want a crossover that's different looking, very high-tech, and leading the way where the driver and vehicle interface is concerned, the MKX might be for you. Plus, seriously, what looks this purely classy for the money? Thanks for watching.